Hello students, I am Snehal from KLE Society's BCA College, Nippani. So in the previous sessions, we focused on the different types of integration testing with the concept behind that, the concept of stubs and drivers. We are going to be discussed with very in detail. So now we are going to see the advantages and disadvantages which are associated with our integration testing. So what is the actually integration testing? So when we are focusing on the concept of the integration testing, that is nothing but the integration testing is nothing but combining the different modules of an software. So when we are going to combine the different modules of the software together, we need to check whether they are working as per the expectations of the customer or not. So to test that softwares, we are going to test it in a different ways, and the different ways are nothing but the top-down integration, bottom-up integration, or we are going to consider the bi-directional integration. So when the top-down integration is there, then we are going to consider the concept of a stub, where we can say that where the main module is developed but still the sub-programs are not yet developed. So instead of that sub-programs or the sub-modules, we are going to have, or we are having the stub as a dummy model of that, and it will be get tested according to for the main model. So when we are considering the bottom up integration, where the concept of the driver is there, so when the concept of a driver is going to be focused on, see where we are going to say that when the sub modules or the unit level modules are ready with the development, but still the main module is not ready, still it is a going on process for the development, then we can say that we are going to consider the concept of the driver, where we are going to create the dummy module of the main module, and it will be get considered for the testing purpose of the sub modules or the lowest level module. So this is the concept behind our top down integration and the bottom up integration. Now the last type of integration is nothing but the bidirectional integration. So when the concept of the bidirectional integration is there, then we can say that this bidirectional integration is going to be considered that it is going to be considered as that both the concept are going to be used vice versa. See, top down and the bottom up integration is considered as a combination for the bidirectional integration. So we can say that bidirectional integration is a sandwich of, or it is a mixing of top down and the bottom up integration. So this is the types, or these are the types of the integration testing. Now we need to consider that what are the advantages and the disadvantages that are associated with our integration testing. Now this is very important aspect. Why? Because when we are implementing any type of a testing for the software development purpose, then we need to consider that in which way that type of a testing is helpful for an organization. Why? Because when we try to implement and testing, so what we are going to check that whether our application or whether our software is working as per the requirements or not. So when our software is working as per the requirements, then we want to say that that is working as per the software requirements, or the as per the customer's requirement basically. Why? Because the requirements are of two types, the business requirements and the custom requirements. So business requirements are the requirements that are for the organization purpose, and the customer requirements are the third party requirements which are going to be considered, or which are going to prove the quality of the software. So when we are implementing any type of a testing for the software development purpose, we need to consider it in a detailed way, how it is beneficial for that particular application or for that particular program or not. So these are the integrations. So see, let's we have discussed many integration testing types. White box testing is there. Again, the types of the white box testing we discussed with the black box testing, and the different types of the black box testing. So these are the different types of testing which we have discussed, and now we are discussing about the integration testing. Now the purpose of all the types of testing is the same, that we need to check whether our requirements are satisfied or not. So when our requirements are satisfied, then we need to consider that the quality of a software is going to be increased automatically. what the quality of increase software is going to be increased automatically. But still each and every testing type is having their own advantages and the disadvantages. So let's see the advantages and the disadvantages of the integration testing. So first is the advantages. So what are the advantages of the integration testing? Now, sandwich approach is useful for very large project having several sub-projects. When development follows a spiral model and the model itself is as large as the system, then one can use the sandwich testing. Now, what is the sandwich approach? Now, the bidirectional testing is considered as, or rather bidirectional integration testing is considered as the sandwich approach. Now, this approach is very useful when the project size is very large, or when we want to develop an application or the project which is very large, and that project itself it is having a many more sub projects. Means what? A many more sub projects are present in that main project. So, when an organization is trying to follow the spiral model, now what is the spiral model? A spiral model which is nothing but the requirements are going to be moved in a rounded manner, in a spiral manner. A requirement analysis is there, risk analysis is there, evaluation is there, customer implementation is there, or customer relationship will be get maintained. So that is the spiral manner how this software is going to be developed in a spiral model. Now, why that spiral model is considered? See, when we learn for the waterfall model, what the waterfall model says is that where the requirements are going to be fixed out when it is going to be getting collected from the customer. So when the requirements from the customer will be get collected, then we can say that it will be get fixed. So it will not be get changed. But it will not happen, as we know that the customers have that much ability to change their requirement again and again. So when the customer is going to change their requirements again and again, then we can say that it is not necessary to use the waterfall model for the software development purpose. So at that time, what an organization is going to do? Then organization is always trying to use the spiral models or any other models. A prototyping model is there, again a rapid application development model is there. Any type of a model an organization is trying to use, then we can say that when the development flows or follows the spiral model and the model itself is as large as the system, means what? Whatever may be the modules we are having with us for the application development, it will be get considered as large as a system. Means what? It is a small system or it is a subsystem. Then we can use the sandwich testing. Sandwich testing is nothing but the bidirectional testing. Now that bidirectional testing is nothing but the combination of top down testing and the bottom up integration testing. So this is the first advantage when we are considering the integration testing. Now both the top down and the bottom up approach starts at a time as per the development schedule. Now units are tested and brought together to make a system. So integration is done downwards. See, what is the advantages? Both the top down and bottom up starts at the same time as per the development schedule. Now see, when we are trying to develop any application, we are going to generate the schedule of the development. Why? Because the planning is always necessary when we want to develop any application. So when we are developing an application as per the planning, then we want to say that it is going to achieve the result as expected by an organization and it is as per the customer's requirement. So when a project or when an application or when the software is very large, then we can say that this project is requiring a many more time for the development. So when they are requiring the many more time for the development, then that main project is going to be divided into the sub projects or the sub modules. So both the top down and the bottom up approach starts at a time as per the development schedule. Why? Because they are actually focusing on the using of the sandwich approach, or that is nothing but the bidirectional integration testing. So units are tested and brought together to make a system, which means that when we are having a top down approach, it is going to be started the testing from the main model, then the sub or the middle level models will be get tested out, then the low level models will be get tested out. Then we can say that this is the top down approach, and when the bottom up approach is there, then we can say that the unit level or the lowest level models are going to be tested out first, then the middle level models are going to be tested out, and then the main level model is going to be tested out. So this unit or whatever maybe the models we are going to be developed, it should be get tested, and all these together brought together to make a system. So which means that integration, this integration is done downwards basically. Okay, so it this is the second advantages we are consider. Why? Because both the approaches are going to be starting at the same time as per the development schedule. So it needs a more resources and big team. Okay, what it needs, it needs a big resources and a big team to perform both the bottom up and the top down methods of the testing at a time, or one after the other. Now what are the resources they are requiring? See, as we are developing any application or any software, then there are the different types of resources we need to consider. The resources are nothing but the hardware resources, maybe a software resources are there, maybe a network resources or the network related issues are there, maybe a device related resources or issues we need to consider when we are having or when we need to do the testing according to that. Okay, or when sometimes we need to consider the operating system related issues. So when we want to perform the such a type of a testing, it needs a more resources. Why? Because the system is very large, and when we are saying that the system is very large, then the resources required to test that application or test that software are many more. Also when we are having a many more resources with the large project, then we can say that the big team is going to be perform both bottom up and the top down methods of testing at a time, and or rather we can say one after the another. If first the top down approach is completed, then they are going to focus on the bottom up. So both the terms or both the type of testings will be get done simultaneously, which means that they are going to be done together with each other. So this is the advantages for us or for an organization basically. Why? Because they are going to be perform in a simultaneous manner. So whatever may be the defects and issues that are occurred during the testing, then we can say that it is going to be performed appropriately. Why? Because whatever maybe the errors are there, whatever maybe the bugs are there, they are going to be find out as early as possible. So when they are going to be find out as early as possible, as early as that will be get fixed out, so that we can say that whatever may be the final results we want to achieve from that particular application, it will be get achieved as early as possible. So these are the advantages thing for the integration testing. Now we need to consider the disadvantages also. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of the integration testing? Now, the first disadvantage is nothing but it requires a very high cost for testing, because one part has the top-down approach while the another part has the bottom-up approach. Now, why cost comes under this? See, as we know that if there are the many more resources required for the system for testing the system, and if the many more resources are required for testing the system, then we can say that there are the many more approaches or the many more teams or the many more persons are going to be considered or required for the testing. So simultaneously or in the same way, we can say that an organization is always going to invest a very high cost for the testing. What they are going to invest? They are going to invest a very high cost. Why? Because they are requiring the many more resources also. They are requiring a big team to test an application. Why? Because they are using both the approaches together. Which approaches they are trying to use? They are trying to use the top down approach also, and they are trying to use the bottom up approach also. So when these approaches are working together, then we can say that they are requiring the many more times for the, they are requiring the more cost, more time will be get wasted out for this. So this is the one of the disadvantages it will be get considered for our integration testing. Now, basically, this integration testing is going to be done for the larger products. So, we can say that it cannot be used for the smaller system with huge interdependence between the different models. See, if the model interdependence is very much, then we must have to think for the stubs and drivers. Why? Because they are totally dependent on each other, and if the one model is dependent on the other model, and if from that both the model only the development of a one model is completed and the development of the second model is remain, then what the thing we need to do? Either we need to think in a need to think to implement the stub or driver. Why? Because the second model is still in the under process for the development, so still it is not ready for the testing, or still it is not going to be integrated with the model 1. So at that time when we want to test the model 1, we need to create the dummy models of the other model. So again, which means that totally it is an interdependence on each other, and it is totally complicated for each other. So it makes a sense when the individual subsystem is as good as a complete system. So when individual systems will be get considered out when we want to develop a big project or the big software application. At that time when we are going to say that the application is very big, and that application or that system or that software is going to be developed by using or by considering the different submodels. So this is also the second disadvantages of the integration testing. So these are the two disadvantages of the integration testing. So let's see again, consider the advantages and disadvantages, or we are going to make a review of that. So what are the advantages? See, for the integration testing we can say that the sandwich approach is very useful for the large project. Why? Because they are having the several sub projects. So when the development team follows a spiral model and the model itself is as large as the system, then a system or then an organization is always trying to use the sandwich testing. That is nothing but the bidirectional integration testing. Now, when an project is very large, at that time, if they are using the bidirectional testing simultaneously or bidirectional testing for considering the testing of a system or application, then we have to consider that both the top down and the bottom up approaches are going to be starts at a time as per the development schedule. Why? Because each and everything is planned in an organization for the software development process. So units are tested throughout. Units are tested and they brought together to make a system. So integration is done in a downwards. Now also we can say that this integration testing, okay, it needs a more resources and can requires a big team to perform both the bottom up and the top down methods of a testing at a time, or one after the another, whatever may be the approach they are going to use. It may be performed simultaneously at the same times, or it may happen that they are going to be worked out one after the another, but still they are going to, or but still the organization is trying to use the sandwich, that is nothing but the bidirectional integration system together. So this is the advantages. Again, disadvantages. So when we want to focus on the disadvantages, it requires a very high cost for testing, because one part has the top down approach and while the other part has the bottom up approach. So when a system is trying to use both the top down and the bottom up approaches, the cost required to do or to implement such a type of approaches in the testing for the software development, it is very high. Why? Because resources required are high. Resources may be a person also, resources may be any hardware, software related resources, or whatever may be the resources. So cost investment is very high for this. Again, this bidirectional integration testing, basically it should not be get used for the smaller type of a project. Why it should not be get used for the smaller types of smaller type of system? Why? Because when there is a huge amount of interdependency between the model is there, between the different model is there, then it is not possible to use the integration testing. Why? Because the integration testing is going to focusing on the concept of the stubs and drivers over there. Okay, so it makes a sense when the individual subsystem is as good as the complete system. So these are the disadvantages of our integration testing. So this is the point where we have covered totally about the integration testing. So if this question is going to be asked for you for the 10 marks, then write down first what is the integration testing, then write down the three approaches of the integration testing, then write down the concept of a stub and driver also, and again write down the advantages and disadvantages of the integration testing. Okay, so this is up to for this point integration testing. So in the next session we are going to see the different types of a testing type. Okay, thank you.